much. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me for Quick Word Tuesday. As you begin to come on, if you can just take just a moment and just share the video, I will greatly appreciate it. Hello, Elder Edie. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Aunt Daisy. How are you? Good morning, Sister Cherry. How are you? If you can just take just a moment and share the video as you come on, I will greatly appreciate it. On this morning, I want to share something with you that something that just really quickened in my spirit on this past Sunday when I was looking at Sunday Best. And Kelly Price said to one of the contestants that I want you to sing that again. I want you to sing it as if my life is dependent on what comes out of your mouth. And when he sung it again, it was kind of the same way he sung it the first time. So she said to him again, listen to me good. I just want you to do the chorus. I want you to sing the chorus again. And I want you to sing it as if my life is dependent upon what comes out of your mouth. And when he sung it again, still nothing changed. He still sung it in the same way that he sung it the very first time. And something quickened in my spirit when that happened. And God was reminding me that our gift is not for us. That we think that everything that we go through, everything that we've been through, that we're just singing, that we're just preaching, that we're just praying simply because it's just about us. And clearly the contestant wasn't able to separate the fact that somebody was on life support and needed was on the inside of his mouth to be able to change their life and to cause life to be able to come about in them. Instead, he stayed in the same realm doing the very same thing. So the Lord was saying to me, because simply it's not about you. The fact of the matter is that gifts comes without repentance. The gifts and the calls comes without repentance. So therefore, he was already letting us know that it's not about you. That somebody is dependent upon what comes out of your mouth. Somebody's dependent upon your word. Somebody's dependent upon what you have gone through. Your testimony is about to change somebody else's entire life. The song that you sing is not about you. You're not singing it just because you can sing so well. You're not praying and preaching just because you can do it so well, because it's not about you. What's going on here? God is just using you as just an instrument for his glory. God is saying that I need a body to operate in what I have gifted and called you forth to do, and what I've gifted and called you forth to be able to change somebody else's life. So every time that you have a moment to preach, every time you have a moment to pray, every time that you have a moment to dance, every time you have a moment to sing, you got to understand that somebody else is dependent upon what comes out of you. So whenever you do it, don't ever do it half-cocked. You give it all that you got, because somebody else is on life support, depending on the word that's about to come out of your mouth to be able to change them forever. You got to understand that somebody is dependent upon you. Somebody's dependent upon your testimony. You got to understand that, because sometimes people think what I've gone through, I'm not going to share and change and tell nobody else what I've been through. I'm going to save it all for the grave. I'm going to take it all to the grave. But you got to understand that God did not allow you to survive the thing that you have been through in order for you to take it to the grave. Now let me help you a little bit further. Even with the gift and the call that was upon Abel, the Bible said that I knew that he died because his blood began to cry out from the ground. And you got to understand that even in the ground, that your blood is still preaching a testament to somebody else, to back to God, that you can still live. So I want to tell you on today that don't die here. Don't allow nobody else to cause you to quit. Don't allow nobody else to assassinate your spirit and make you feel like that you can't continue to do the very thing that God has called you for forth to do. Yes, let me tell you something. You did not survive it just because. I did not come through all that I've come through just to look like that I'm so important, just for me to sit up in the pulpit and look like that I got it all together. God allowed me to come through everything that I have ever gone through, every broken place, every testimony place, every tear that I cried, every time my back was up against the wall, for every wound that I had to go through, to every cut, to every stab, to everything that I have ever gone through, to all the times that I was cheated on, to all the times that I was lied on, to all the things that I have ever gone through. Let me share this with you, that I did not go through that just for me. Yes, I am anointed. Yes, I am called, but I'm not called and anointed just to preach to myself. I'm anointed and I'm called to preach to somebody else. So I got to go and preach a word to a dying world to let them know that yes, you can still live, that you don't have to die in the state that you're in, that you can still live. God is raising you up for such a time as this, and you got to understand that everybody don't like me, everybody don't want to receive me, but you got to understand that somebody you're called to. And if you stay only in the cracks and crevices of your own mind and stay sheltered off into your own self, nobody will ever hear what it is that you got to say. So therefore, don't get caught up that God is just using Dee Dee, that God is just using Tisha, God is just using Bianca, because you got to understand that there are some people that I'm called to. So if you never ever touch a few of people, or even your own family, or even some of your own friends, they don't never support you, it's okay, because you got to understand that you might not be called to them, but who you are called to, speak the word, preach the word, pray like heaven was at your fingertips, dance like your life was dependent on it, dance like you about to bring somebody else through, pray somebody else through, intercede somebody else through, prophesy like you lost your mind, but do it all to the glory of God. This is Quick Word Tuesday. I want to share with you that it ain't about you. It ain't about you, but somebody is depending on you to come through. I pray that this word has been a blessing to you. Share this, tag somebody in it, and let them know that God is waiting on you. You're waiting on God, but God is waiting on you, because there's somebody else out there depending on the word and the prayers and the songs that you have inside of you to be able to allow them to come off life support. This is Quick Word Tuesday. Have a blessed and awesome day.